We know that, like many other colleges in America, there are issues around substance abuse. SMU lost, Southern Methodist University lost 3 students in the last 5 years, died of substance abuse. Wabash College, which is another all-male college in Indiana, they lost a student a few years ago, right? University of Oklahoma, before my wife and I got there a few years ago, they lost a student to substance abuse. It's a problem all across America. But you know what? We're very serious about it around here. And we want to do what it takes for you all to be successful, to be the most committed, and to have prosperous lives and careers here at Hampton-Sydney College. So I'm going to point out a few things around substance abuse as a charge, so you know what we're doing so you can do your part. So first, we believe in tough love around here. We believe that it's all about you getting what you need, but also being responsible for your action. That's the first principle. We're here to help. We mean that. Now, we've hired a new assistant dean for substance education. Her name is Shawn White. I like to say, Ms. White, Dean White, is from Mississippi. She sounds like she's from Mississippi. If y'all talk to her, y'all might have to get a translator. She's great. She's great. But she's over here too. Dean White, wave. There you go. Let's give it up for Dean White. She's a good person. I want to tell you right now that Dean White cares about your soul. She cares about you as young men and how you comport yourself and how your self-worth is manifested perhaps through abusing substances and how that happens. She's here for you. There's her there's her office number, and there's her email. Secondly, counseling is available, right? If you have an infraction, if you need some help, Shawn White can direct you to this counseling service we have up in Richmond. We are here to help you. The resources are there in the health center. They're here there with Dean White. Anonymous reporting. You're going to get an email from me that says, follow up from President Howard's charge around substance abuse. You'll be able to click on one button and it'll get to a lot of these points. But one of them will be anonymous reporting. Now, we've had this for a couple of years. It goes back to the Cho report, and that is the whole idea of connecting the dots, where a faculty member sees something, your student, you see something as a classmate, a coach sees something. How do we connect the dots and make sure that a young man, that your brother, is taken care of? So there's a link you can go to as a student, as a faculty member, as a staff member, and you can say, hey, I think that Drew's having problems with substance abuse. Drew's not having problems with substance abuse, I promise you. But if I thought that he was, I could send this little note in. And this is not a witch hunt. This is not a gimmick or a joke to mess your buddy over. But rather it's a way for that information to get to the trained professional on this campus so you get what you need to be successful. There'll be a link. You'll see that link. And so I encourage you to look out for each other. Again, remember that collective responsibility. We have this wonderful thing called The Key. We got Will Moss in the student court. He sat down with Dean Klein. When it comes to substance abuse, a lot of colleges, they just do it whereby the administration, is like Moses, right? They just throw lightning bolts and all the justice comes down from on top. Here we have a key. We have a student court system, a student honor court system. You all know it very well. They are the final adjudicators. But in the same email, you're going to see that if you do A, then B is likely to happen to you. Now, what you men said last year or 2 years ago when the guy from Defense Intelligence Agency, Drug Enforcement Agency came out and talked to you, is you felt like maybe somebody did something, they did A, and then B happened to them. Somebody else did A, and then D happened to them because their daddy wasn't on the board, or daddy wasn't an alum, or uncle didn't know somebody. So you all said you want a clearer understanding. If you do something, this is likely to be the consequence for the infraction. Dean Klein, Will Moss have sat down and pulled that together. You'll see that. Again, consequences for your action, man. You can't say it any other way. Expect more. Expect more from yourself. Expect more from your brother. Expect that if you do A, that B might happen. Right? That B will happen. So that's one of the things we put out there. And also, I've reconstituted the presidential task force that began under President Bortz, and there'll be a suggestion box. And I welcome your ideas on how to get this microphone to work. Now, I welcome your ideas on how we can continue to bring forth the best practice around substance education.